Hey guys, it's Trish. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be updating my empties as well as my low buy summary for the month of January 2023. I think I'd had a pretty good month so far. So I've had some things that have come in and then a lot of things that have come out. So I'm going to start with my empties. I'm going to insert a picture of my empties for the month here. And then I am going to start with my makeup empties. So I had a really good month with makeup this month for empties. I brought nothing in terms of makeup, and I have 4 empties of full-size products as well as a sample. So my first empty is this Burt's Bees Goodness Glows tinted moisturizer. I've had this for a long time. It was the last tinted moisturizer that I had in my inventory. I did cut it open and use up every last bit of it. It was okay, but I wouldn't get this one again. I think it's better for people who have very dry skin, because when I put it on my skin that tends to lean fairly oily, it looks almost wet on my face, and I have to set it down with a powder, otherwise it just like looks ridiculous and smears everywhere. But I think if you have very dry skin, that might be better for you. It would probably absorb into your skin a little bit easier instead of just sitting on top. So now that that's gone, that's just going to move out of my life, and I'm not going to get another one. My second empty of the month, I'm actually kind of excited about. So I finished my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in the shade 1C1 Cool Bone. I've got a couple of progress marks on the side, but you can see I scraped out every last bit that I could with the spatula. One of the things that I am not a fan of with this foundation is the packaging. It looks very nice, but for one, you have to purchase a pump separately. So it doesn't come with the pump. It just comes with this little gold cap, and then you can pour it out, or you can purchase a pump, which I did. However, the pump doesn't actually reach all the way down into that bottom bit of the container. So once you get down to about there, you can't even use the pump anymore, and you just have to start pouring it out anyway, which kind of makes the pump a little bit useless. And yeah, and then I had to scrape it all out with a spatula, and I couldn't even get everything because it was glass. Because Estee Lauder isn't cruelty-free, even though I did love this foundation, I'm not going to buy this again. I'm just going to move on, find another foundation that I like a lot. The other thing about that one too is it's a little bit too high coverage for me nowadays. I don't like coverage that heavy anymore. So I think it's better that I've got it moved out. So I went and I did errands today, and me and my husband went to this game store nearby, and I found these really cute D20 earrings, and I'm kind of excited about them. I don't know if any of you play D&D, but they're fun. They're just little 20-sided die made into an earring. And I also thought it was cute that it matches my shirt today. I had a very productive day. We went to the Y today. We went and picked out paint colors for our house. We went and kind of goofed around in that game store for a little while. And then we went out and we got enchiladas and we got margaritas. So I've had a good day. It's been a good time today. My next makeup empty is going to be this Milani gloss. So I updated this in my inventory update video that I put up recently, because this one was not in my inventory pictures because my friend had this at her house for a while. There wasn't a whole lot still in there when she got it back to me. So I just kind of finished the rest of this up and then moved it out. And then my second to last makeup empty for this month is this Moira lipstick in Tender Rose. This was actually surprisingly easy to use up. It's almost like a balm consistency. There's still some kind of stuck in there, but I literally used it until it was scraping my lips. But because it's a balm-like consistency, It's super easy to throw on your lips when they're feeling a little bit dry. So I was applying this multiple times a day, and it's so creamy that a lot of it comes off on your lips. Um, I love this lipstick. I have a backup of it, so I'm kind of happy about that because it's a great just everyday throw on kind of lipstick. I don't like the packaging though, so I didn't even have this that long. I bought this over the summer, and you can already see the packaging's all cracked. It gets really messy on the inside of the cap, and because the cap cracks so easily, it's constantly falling off, and then it tends to get all over my purse. So one thing that I've noticed about some of Moira's packaging is it's just kind of cheap, which makes sense since they're a very affordable brand, but for some things like that lipstick, it can be a little annoying. My final makeup empty is I just used up this little sample of the KVD Good Apple Foundation in shade 010 Light. I have the full size of that foundation balm that I am now currently working on, and that is the only foundation that's left in my inventory now. I just have one. No tinted moisturizers, no foundation samples, just that one foundation. So that's kind of exciting. So all in all, that gets me 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 points, since I get 2 points for every full size product and 1 point for every like sample and deluxe size product that I finish. So I have 9 points in my makeup inventory already, and we're only a month in. So that's pretty fun. Next is skincare. So skincare I didn't do as well in, but I still did decent. In terms of everything that left, I finished my Peter Thomas Roth Water Drench Hyaluronic Cloud Cream Moisturizer. I really like this moisturizer. My friend turned me on to it. I purchased the jumbo size from Ulta this past holiday when it was on sale. So I'm probably going to be moving into this next, but I feel like this is a great moisturizer for pretty much all skin tones. It's like thick and creamy enough that it feels very moisturizing. Even though I have oily skin, I still like to really moisturize my skin because it tends to get dehydrated, partially because I live in a fairly harsh climate. I live in upstate New York, so the winters can be a bit much, and it'll still dehydrate my skin even though I'm oily. That, and I just don't drink enough water. I know I should drink water. I'm always trying to remember to drink my water, and then I'll go hours and I'll just kind of forget about it. So my skin's often fairly dehydrated, so I still like to really moisturize it without using anything that's too much that's going to break me out. That's a really good in-between. I feel like it would be great for somebody with dry skin, but it's also good for oily skin because it doesn't create that kind of thick barrier on your face. It just absorbs into your skin, and that's that. So I really like that one. And then I finished one little packet of these Sephora makeup wipes. I'm not really a makeup wipe person. I don't plan on purchasing makeup wipes for any other reason than maybe like getting makeup off my hands and arms or cleaning up my actual makeup, like if it gets messy. I don't typically use them on my face. I think I got that for my camping trip when I went down to California this past year. So that's done. I'm not planning on repurchasing that. I did finish my Fresh Sugar Advanced Therapy Lip Mask that I don't know what happened to the cap of this. I love this lip mask. I would buy this again. This was fantastic. In the wintertime, my lips tend to get pretty dry, kind of for the same reasons. I don't drink water, and the climate's kind of harsh up here. So I really like this. I would get that one again. And then finally, I also finished up my little sample size of the Deep Pore Clarifying Serum from Ultralux. I do have a full size of this. I just had this little sample size kicking around that I brought with me when I went to California because I needed something travel friendly. So that is all my skincare that I finished this month. So that gets me 2, 4, 5, 6 points. However, I did purchase something. So recently my hormones have been just going absolutely nuts, and I've been getting all these like little pimples, as well as I had 2 giant like red, angry, super painful ones that I haven't gotten in God knows how long. Like I think it's been over a year, probably 2 or 3 years since I've had any that bad. So I picked up these Hero Patch Micropoint blemishes, which I swear by for those like deep, super ingrown, painful pimples. I bought those to kind of help take care of these that I had on my chin, but I didn't actually end up using them. I just got them, and then pretty quickly these went away because I was doing like high frequency on them at work, as well as putting masks on them every single night. So I never even got around to using them. However, I am glad that I have them because these are good to have as a backup for if I get anything like that. Again, these basically work by, they have these little tiny pinpricks on them. So instead of like a regular hydrocolloid bandage that you just put on your skin and it like protects your pimple and it helps absorb moisture, these actually create like tiny little like pinpricks into the pimple or into those deeper layers of the skin, and it like injects the salicylic acid into it. It's kind of cool, and they work really well. Like, these are legit. So they're called Hero Micropoint Blemish Patches. They're kind of expensive. It comes with 8, and I think they're like not quite $2 a patch. I think often this is like what, $12 or $13, but for patches like this for only 8, that's still kind of pricey from what you would typically see, but they are worth it. Like, if you get those, have these on hand. So anyway, this cost me 4 points because it is a skincare item that I purchased. So from the 6, I am now down to 2. So I'm currently at 2 points for my skincare. And finally, for my body care, this is the category that I accidentally went into the negative for. So I'll show you my empties first. I finished up my Anise That Booty Though scrub. I love this scrub. My best friend Jordan got this for me. If you sometimes hear me say best friend Jordan and best friend Shelby, I have 2. One lives in Buffalo, one lives closer to me near Rochester. But Jordan got me this That Booty Though scrub, and it's totally gone. This lasted me over a year. This was fantastic. I really like this scrub. It's just a walnut shell scrub, but it's like super finely ground. So even though you would think it'd be really like sharp and abrasive, it's not. This is like, I like this. I like it a lot. So that is my first empty for body care. My second empty is I ended up using this Rosé Mini Iced Rosé Body Scrub. I got this from my mother-in-law. I think she got it in an Ipsy bag. I liked it. It was kind of like that sort of foamy sort of body scrub. It smells nice. It smells kind of like candy. I don't know if I would buy it again. It didn't like blow me away, but it was nice to use for the time that I used it. So I finished up that. I finished up the rest of that native deodorant that I had in this little sample container. I basically scraped out all the deodorant that I couldn't get on with the stick anymore and put it into this, and I just started applying it with my hands. So that's gone. I also finished up my mini of the Lumi deodorant. This one was in Coconut Crush. I don't like the Lumi deodorant as much, especially the scented ones. I don't find that they work for me incredibly well. So I only have one left. I have a full size of the unscented Lumi. Typically, when I wear it, I like layer it with the native deodorant because I think the native deodorant works well for me. The Lumi, it works for a couple of hours and then it just like, I don't know what happens. It just stops working. So I finished up this one. And then I also finished up 2 little perfume samples. So I finished up the Giorgio Armani My Way, which I actually loved this. This was great. Like, it kind of got me sort of wanting to get the full size. If I do, I'm probably going to get the Dossier dupe for it because they do have a dupe on their site, but I'm going to have to wait until I have points. But like, when I wore this, I found myself just like taking those like super deep like inhales just randomly because I would just be like, and it would just make me so happy. So this was fantastic. It's just great scent. It's kind of like sweet floral. Like, it's a little bit florally in the summertime, kind of fruity, candy, sweet sort of floral. I don't even remember what the notes were, but this was great. I really like that. And then I finished up the Floral Street Wonderland Peony, which this was fine. I liked it. Peony, I actually like the scent of peony. There's a lot of florals that I'm kind of like iffy about, and I'm still trying to figure out exactly which florals those are. Peony, I think I like, but I tend to like it more when it's paired with like sweet, fruity kind of scents. So the way that I'm doing the points for these little minis is I'm giving myself 0.2 points for each one of these that I finish. So this is 0.4, and basically I need to finish 5 of these little minis in order to get myself a full point. So currently with this, I finished 1 full size, 3 like sample sizes. No, because this was originally a full-size deodorant. So I finished 2 full sizes, 2 sample sizes, and then 2 little deodorants. I mean, little perfumes. So basically that took me to 2, 4, 5, 6 points plus the 0.4. So 6.4 points total. However, I did purchase 2 new products. So I don't know what the fuck my issue is. I shouldn't swear. I'm sorry. I don't know what my issue is with deodorants, but I love deodorant. I love like nice smelling deodorants. So I bought more native deodorants. And I couldn't decide between if I wanted the juniper and ginseng one or if I wanted the black oak and amber one. I would have just gotten one, and then Target was having a buy one get one like 50% off or 25% off, something like that. Like if you got the second one, then you got a discount. And I had a Target gift card. So I ended up using it to buy these, even though I didn't technically have 8 points yet. So I'm now in the negative, and it's a weird number. I'm now at negative 1.6 points. Which isn't terrible. It's fine. I'll get back to the positive with that within, like, I don't know, a week. But still, I can't stop buying deodorants. And I really like these scents, too, because they're, like, those really, like, kind of natural, woodsy almost type scents. But they're very neutral at the same time. Like, they're not overpowering. They're pretty subtle. And I think they would pair really well with a lot of different scents. So I'm kind of excited to start using these. They both smell absolutely fantastic. And Native, I think, is the only deodorant I'm going to purchase from now on. So for my body care, I am 1.6 points in the negative for that. And I will get that back next month, I promise. Now, I did have a few other things come into my life, but these were not purchases. So the first thing is I have this really cool soap that my friend Shelby got for me as a gift. It's like a loofah soap. She bought it while she was visiting Florida. It smells kind of like grapefruit and sunshine. I love it. And I love that it's pink. It just, like, it makes me happy. This is a very uplifting scent and uplifting color. And I think the concept's kind of cool. It's got a loofah on the inside of it. So as you use the soap, it'll start to exfoliate as well. So this came into my life, but this was not a purchase, so I'm not going to take away any points for that. And a couple of other things came into my life as well. So this Pantene mask, this is a hair mask, so it wouldn't have counted against my low buy even if I did purchase it because it's hair. But I actually got this from Influencer. I've only used it once, so I got this from Influencer in exchange for my review. I haven't reviewed it yet because I want to use it a little bit more. It seemed to leave my hair feeling pretty nice. It's an intensive bond repair mask. It's a little interesting though, because it says that even though it's a mask, it says you're supposed to leave it in you're supposed to use it every day. So I think it's almost more like an intensive conditioner. And like if you use it every day until the container is done, then it's supposed to help strengthen your hair. So yeah, I'm excited to see how I like this, especially since I am kind of starting to run low on my conditioners. So that will allow them to stretch a little bit further. And I had 4 skincare items come into my life. So these, none of these were purchased either. All 4 of these were sent to me as a set from Influencer as well. I got the Thayer's Blemish Clearing Cleanser, the Thayer's Blemish Clearing Lemongrass Toner, the Thayer's Blemish Clearing Exfoliating Pads, and the Thayer's Rapid Acne Treatment Spot Treatment. I've only been using these for a couple of days. I specifically really like these 2. This one is really interesting because even though it's a salicylic acid cleanser, it's creamy. Like, it doesn't foam up. It goes on almost like a milk cleanser, and it feels very hydrating, which is good because every single one of these items are salicylic acid, and you're supposed to use them together, which can be, excuse me, it's Mexican food, but sorry. What was I saying? Something about dryness. Yeah. So you're supposed to use the salicylic, what is wrong with me? Is it the margarita? I think it's the margarita. I had a margarita. It was pretty big. I'm going to start over. Blemish Clearing Cleanser. Okay, so I like this cleanser because it's very creamy. It feels very hydrating when you put it on because it's almost like a milky consistency, which is kind of unusual for a salicylic acid cleanser. Typically, they're like the foaming, like really stripping kind of cleansers, and this doesn't seem to be that. And because literally all of these are like exfoliating with salicylic acid, and then this one has sulfur in it, which is very drying. I have the feeling these are about to dry the F out of my skin. So I like that the cleanser is creamy. I've also been pairing it with a much heavier moisturizer to kind of counteract that, but I'm still curious to see how they work. I'm always curious to see what I feel about drugstore options, just because a lot of my clients come in and they can't necessarily afford spa brands, and not everybody always necessarily needs spa brands. So it's nice to like have a baseline for some of the drugstore type options that I can recommend to somebody. Like if somebody only has 10 bucks to spend on a cleanser and I really like this one, maybe I can send this like their way. So I'm glad I'm trying these out, but none of these I purchased. They all got sent to me through Influencer. So I do have these four items that I got for free for review, which I haven't posted my review up for them yet, but I will be doing after I use them a little bit more. So that means that my final numbers for makeup is I have 9 points. So that's pretty awesome. That means I could technically purchase 2 items right now if I wanted to. I do kind of want to. I saw that Gimme Glow Cosmetics is doing like a discontinued makeup 90% off sale, and they have these 2 lip glosses. I wanted the Wicked kit, but the Wicked kit has 3 items in it, and I can't afford 3 items when I only have 9 points. That only gives me room to purchase 2. So I kind of want like the Wicked lip gloss, and then they've also got like a grunge lip gloss, both of which are kind of like grayish. One is more like straight up like grayish, like grunge kind of, I don't know. It's like a super grungy kind of look. The other one is almost like a rosy gray, sort of like the Givenchy lipstick that I really like. So I'm kind of wondering, like, I might, because I did so well this month and I have 9 points, I might get 2 more lip glosses. But I don't know. I have to see how much I really love them and if I think that I would have a place for them. They're like $3 each right now, and they're usually 20, something like that. It's a good discount. But we'll see. I'll think about it. I'm allowed. If I want to, then I can. I got to get my body care back up because my body care is 1.6 points in the negative. Skin's doing all right, but I'm gonna try to bank some points in with that too. But yeah, that is my low buy update for the month of January. I think I did pretty well. I'm pretty happy with this, and I'm excited to see what next month brings. But thank you so much for stopping in and kind of catching up on my low buy, and I will see you in the next one. All right, thanks. Bye.